my derpy looking Triceratops. This week's video, I'm going to be crocheting a Triceratops. This Triceratops is very special because it is made entirely of African flower motifs. I first saw African flower motif animals last week on Pinterest, and I wanted to see if I could make my own. It's going to be very, very challenging. So this Triceratops is going to be a butter yellow, which I'm so happy with. I love pink and yellow together. Maybe if this project goes well, I'll do a pink one later. I decided to practice African flower motifs for the first time yesterday. This is what I came up with. I got 3 African flower motifs done. I'm not entirely confident with making them just yet. This was my first one. It is a lot bigger than the other motifs, and that is due to tension. I had looser tension with this one and tighter tension with this one. Anytime I try something new, either I'm very confident that I can do it or I'm very hesitant to start. There is another thing that you kind of need to know how to do, which is join as you go method. I'm used to joining granny squares together by sewing them together at the very end. I'm going to make sure I link every single tutorial in the description because I will be using several tutorials. I don't know what I'm doing. Also, the pattern is by Heidi Bears on Etsy. I'll make sure to link it in the description for you guys. The pattern is very, very detailed. I just remembered that I had this red wine color, and I think that this is going to look really, really pretty on the outer edging right here where it kind of like defines the color of the flower. Now that I have this much done, I need to figure out how to actually join as you go. I am really, really confused with the join as you go. I don't know if I'm supposed to complete 5 sides and leave one undone so I can connect it to this one. This is how much I did of the join as you go. It is really hard. It is nice that it's out of the way, but it is very difficult to hold the hook and pull through both of these motifs. It has been a few days since the last time I filmed. I have a couple motifs done. They are quite smaller, and that is because I sized down my hook. I am using a 2mm clover amour hook. The last one I did had a lot of gaps. With this project, if there's too many gaps, then the stuffing might come out. I also have another thing to mention. I thought, why not make a second version entirely of chenille yarn? This yarn is a lot thicker than this yarn. I would say this is about half size of the chenille yarn. The chenille yarn is a lot more fluffy. This yarn is a yarn I used at the very beginning of my crochet learning, I guess you could say. It is a very affordable yarn, so I have quite a lot of it. So instead of doing 50 motifs, I have to do 100 motifs now. Yesterday, I was testing a few color combinations for the pastel version. I tried a baby blue. I was so unhappy with the color combination. I was seriously questioning my color theory ability. Ultimately, I decided that I'm going to use these. This project is a little bit challenging for me for a few reasons because you have to make a lot of individual motifs. Granny squares for me, I'm a bit slow, especially because you have color changes. Also, I am an unorganized person. I would consider myself a type B person. I've had a lot of issues with that, and you can kind of already see it on my desk. I just came here and threw everything on, but you know, I'm gonna try my best. Now I have to do something called join as you go. I practiced this yesterday and this is how it turned out. I have to make 4 of these and then connect the body to it. I'm going to attempt to do that, and then I'm also going to do the chenille yarn as well. I'm still very unsure how to do this. I watched a tutorial quite a few times on how to do it, but it's more about how you hold your hook because it's really uncomfortable to hold both motifs together at the same time. I'm already having trouble just holding two motifs together. I wonder how it's going to be when I actually have to do the whole body. Okay, so I finished joining two legs on the smaller plushie and one leg on the big plushie. They look quite different. I can kind of see how big the Triceratops is going to end up because now I have the legs done. I feel like the large chenille one is going to be quite big. I feel like it's going to be like this big. And then this one, I have a feeling it's going to be maybe this big. Now I have 5 legs left to do. I'm going to probably work on that tonight, and I will meet you guys back up tomorrow when all the legs are done. Quick update. I did all the feet wrong. They are not supposed to be hexagons. They were supposed to be pentagons. That's gonna set me back quite a lot. That's so sad. Well, mistakes happen. I didn't expect all of the legs were pentagons. These are the old legs. I am gonna take apart the outer edging so I can reuse the hexagons because I need a lot of hexagons. I do have all of the legs redone. It's starting to take shape, like it's getting there. I also had to redo all of the legs on the large Triceratops as well, but I managed to catch up and redo everything. We are back on track. I always say this, but this I really did not expect to be this much work. When I first saw the project, I thought, oh, this is gonna be really easy, nice, fun, relaxing project. It is very fun and it is very relaxing. Probably shouldn't have tried to do 2 at the same time, but I'm not gonna go back now and I already put it in the video, so I'm going to put something on to watch and just do some updates throughout the day. I think that's what we're gonna do today. I did quite a bit so far. I added 2 more motifs. I'm pretty much working myself around the body. It's actually working up really quickly. I started about 40 minutes ago, and I'm also going to start putting together the large Triceratops because I want to have a size comparison. I think this one is going to be very large. Now what I'm doing is taking apart these old feet that I did so I don't waste all that work that I did. So I just cut where the slip stitch is and then just frog it. It has been a long time. I spent the last 3 days taking a couple of hours working on each of the motifs, and I can happily say that I have all 100 motifs completely done. It was so much work. The motif is curling quite a bit, or cupping here like this. That is a little bit concerning. The first couple motifs were turning out like that too, but I wasn't that concerned because once I basically joined them together, they were joining perfectly fine. Once it's stuffed, you won't be able to tell that the motifs were curling quite a bit, but I am a little bit scared. Not only are the small motifs curling, the large Triceratops motifs are also curling, and this could be due to me using too small of a hook. My tension is always pretty tight with every single project that I do, so in combination with my tension being tight and using a smaller hook, I think all of those things caused my motifs to curl. I think I'm going to start on the smaller Triceratops first and work my way up all the way up to the head. I thought, let's do the fun part together. For the face, I'm going to be doing solid colors because I like how that looks. These all look so similar. Dinosaurs are known to be pretty scary, but I love that this project makes dinosaurs look so cute. By the way, the creator of this pattern named the dinosaur Plod the Triceratops, which is so cute. And I believe that this pattern is from 2008, I want to say. From my analytics, a lot of you seem like we are similar ages. I am in my late 20s. I grew up with the movie The Land Before Time. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, but it was my favorite movie as a child. I kept thinking of Sarah the Triceratops while doing this project. How about you guys tell me what your favorite movie or TV show was as a child? I'm really curious to know because I'm a very nostalgic person. I love talking about my childhood TV shows, my childhood plushies. I'm actually very, very passionate about that. So it is the next day. I had a lot of trouble yesterday. This is what I worked on. I mainly worked on the tail, and it was really hard for me to assemble. It was very confusing. But I managed to do it. I also did the large Triceratops as well, up to the same part, so we could compare it, and it is pretty different in size. It is much easier to work with the chenille yarn for me. This is a pretty strong chenille yarn. I guess this is considered 1-ply. It doesn't split, but the other yarn is a 5-ply yarn, and this one splits a lot. And also, some of the motifs, the magic ring, I guess I didn't tie well enough. So I was so scared that some of the motifs that I had worked on was going to basically come apart, which ended up happening to this one here. So I had to do a little emergency fix. So I added like an extra string onto the already short ends, and then just flipped that inwards and then tightened it. And then I started noticing it was happening on some of the other motifs, so I had to go and quickly fix that as well. They look like they're secure now. If you're working on this project, I really recommend that you make sure you secure your magic ring after you're done, either by double knotting it, or you can also do the chain method. I did the chain method on some of the other motifs, and I noticed that that was a little bit more strong than the magic ring. I've never had issues with the magic ring coming apart, but with this yarn, I don't know why, but when you have too many double crochet in the magic ring, it doesn't close all the way. It doesn't happen much with this yarn. Also, I think because the motifs are so small, I'm also having issues with that. Whew. Oh, oops. I don't know why I'm so out of breath. I was working on this right before I started filming. Basically what we have to do is close up the body now. And we still have the head and we have the neck frill. Overall, we are getting it done. The project is taking so long. I'm also running out of this yarn. Interestingly, I have more pink yarn and they look so similar, but guess what? They are not. They are two different shades. I'm hoping that if I use this yarn, I will not be able to tell the difference, but it does look a little bit more bright. It should be fine. Okay, so it is the very next day. The bodies are almost completely done. I just have to do the top of the body so I can actually start stuffing it. I keep switching between which one I like the most. Right now, I like the yellow one the most just because it looks a little neater. The chenille one looks very lumpy right now, but I think that stuffing it will fix that issue. I completely finished the top of the body looks very good. I have to go ahead and close up the neck part, so it's like right here. I'm gonna go ahead and start stuffing because I don't have much room left to stuff. I'm very nervous about doing the head. I'm going to catch up the other Triceratops up to the same point as this one. We are close to being completely finished. It looks really good. After the last clip that I showed you of me stuffing the Triceratops, I actually stuffed it even more. If you are making something similar with a bunch of motifs like this, it's probably a good idea to overstuff in order for it to not look lumpy. I don't know how to explain it, but the type of stuffing is a stuffing that clumps really, really well, like when it's condensed together. So it's really good for these kind of like dense display pieces, I've noticed. And it's sitting really well. Once I put the head on, it's gonna look really nice. I'm gonna pause for now because I ran out of time, but we will meet back up tomorrow. I took a lot of extra time with this, but I think it makes sense because it really was a challenge. Like, it's a lot to do. It's not as simple as I thought it was. I remember when I first looked at the pattern, I was so intimidated. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so hard. Oh my goodness, I am so tired. It is the next day. I stayed up quite late yesterday trying to get as much as I could done. So this is what I have so far. This is the humongous one. She is quite big. I know they look very scary right now because they are headless, but we will fix that in a couple of minutes. I did catch up the big one up to the same point as the smaller Triceratops. I also did the neck frill. So I did the small neck frill, and I also did the big neck frill. I really, really love this huge one. Oh my gosh, like it is so chunky and cute. And also they are so pretty to look at. So all that's left to do is both heads, put in the eyes, and also put the neck frill on. I'm a little concerned about the eyes. I didn't notice when I first started the pattern. I should have bought sew-on eyes, and I only have safety eyes. Sew-on eyes you put on after you finish the whole Triceratops, but safety eyes you have to place before you finish the plushie. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to insert the safety eyes. It depends on the construction. I'm hoping that I finish up at least up to the snout, and then I can kind of stick my hand in here and place the safety eyes. I did not block out these motifs. Probably blocking them would have stretched them out a little bit and made them more nicer looking, but I did not have time to block 100 motifs, and I didn't think it was necessary. I'm gonna clear my desk and I'm gonna sew these two pieces together. I'm a little unsure if I'm going to stuff this. I kind of don't want to stuff the neck frill, but at the same time I kind of do. Maybe just a little bit of stuffing. Okay, so I finished one neck frill, and I think it came out pretty good. I lightly stuffed it. I was gonna leave it completely flat, but I actually like how it looks a little bit puffy. So I'm gonna do the other neck frill off camera, and I think I'm going to move on to working on the face. So yeah, not much left to do. Only have to do the face and sew on the neck frill. Oh, and we have to put in eyes as well. This is definitely, for me, the hardest part. It is such an awkward spot to crochet. I only have about 30 minutes left till I have to pause. A little bit sad that we did not get to finish today, but because it's the most important part and the part that's going to make it look the prettiest, I don't want to rush this part. Fiber arts takes a really long time, so I'm going to give myself some grace and slow down. I really didn't know that I was going to take so long on both of these projects. I had expected that they were only going to take at most 2 weeks, and yeah, they are very hard, especially if it's the first time that you're doing it. If I ever do another African motif project, I definitely will make sure to give myself enough time. I'm gonna meet you guys back up tomorrow, hopefully with most of the face done, and then we should put in the eyes pretty soon. It is finally time to finish this project and I'm so excited. So I worked a lot yesterday. In the previous clip, you saw my derpy looking Triceratops. He looks so funny right now. I still have to attach several things. I want to go over what I did. This is where my large Triceratops is at. Very, very big. I also finished the neck frill of the large Triceratops. It came out very cute. Now, I did have to use a different colored yarn for this. I did not have enough of the light pink that I used on the Triceratops body, so I had to use a brighter pink yarn for the neck frill. I can kind of tell the difference, but it's not too bad. I'm going to not worry about it and just attach it. I think it will be fine. I did stuff this one a little bit more than the yellow one. I think the chunkier look on the large Triceratops is really cute. So all we have left to do is finish the face, finish stuffing, eyes, and neck frill. So very close to being done. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and add in the eyes right now because we are at a good point to add them. I used 14mm eyes for the small Triceratops. I have 20mm eyes for the large one. He is so funny looking. I bought 20mm eyes for the large Triceratops. I was pretty sure I was going to need some really big eyes. Where are your eyes gonna go? Yeah, 20mm looks good. And also I have to do eye shaping, so this is not how the final Triceratops face is gonna look. I'm going to be inserting some string and then tightening it for face shaping. So that is going to help sink in the eyes just a tiny bit so that they look a little bit more cute. I'm gonna try and put these in with just my hands, but I do have a safety eye tool. Could go in a little bit more, so I'm gonna squeeze it with the safety eye tool. Oh, that was scary. Okay, I didn't break it. So now I have to finish stuffing up the head and stop it from looking lumpy. And I know that stuffing the plushie doesn't seem like that much work, but you do actually have to maneuver the stuffing enough so that it actually looks good. I really recommend to take your time when you're stuffing your final plushie because that's kind of when the magic happens. Feels good. I also already made the horns. I just have one more left to do of the yellow horn, but all the pink ones are done. I'm crocheting one of the horns and I'm just saying this thing is really, really tiny. I saw on Pinterest that people were crocheting micro crochet versions of this Triceratops. How do you do that? That sounds absolutely crazy. I cannot do that. I did a micro crochet strawberry before. Where is it? It was a while ago, and it hurt my fingers so bad. So I can't imagine doing this whole Triceratops in lace weight yarn. That sounds crazy, but should I? You know I like to challenge myself. I like to do hard things. It just takes me a long time. Like, look how tiny this is. It's so small. Oh, I can't see. We have finally made it to the end of the project, and it is getting dark. I had to work so fast to try and get daylight because I was gonna run out of time again. I don't know why, but I always think that the finishing touches are going to take less time than they do, and they always take a really, really long time. So I finished both Triceratops. I am so proud of myself that I finished through. This just was such a challenging project. I think my favorite one has to be the large Triceratops. I love how big it turned out. And well, I'm so happy I did the face shaping at the end. I almost forgot to do it, and then I was gonna do the final reveal, and I was like, oh, I have to do the face shaping. It really takes it to another level and makes it so cute. I know some of you are probably wondering how much yarn I used for both of these projects. Since it is a yarn stash busting project for me, I could not really keep track of all the yarn that I used. But if you're looking to do this project, definitely make sure that you have a lot of this main color that you're gonna use. These smaller colors you don't really need a lot of. I used about 5 to 6 skeins of pink chenille yarn on this one, and each skein was 50 grams. So I used quite a bit for the big plushie. And for the small plushie, I believe it was maybe about 3 skeins of the yellow yarn, and those were 100 gram skeins. I'm not sure. It was of the milk yarn that I showed at the beginning. So yeah, I would love to know which one is your favorite. I'm so tired. I am so ready to post this video and finally talk with all of you and show you what I've been up to for the past 3 weeks. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.